Academic success. As a matter of normal emotional development, teenagers tend to want to be independent of their parents. From age 13 on, it is the expectation of the teen and his parents that he or she will grow to the point that he eventually is able to support himself financially and otherwise to function on his own without any help from his parents. In American culture, the age of 18 is frequently thought of as the point that a teenager achieves adulthood. But in another sense, the human brain does not finish developing physically until age 25. Interestingly, in Kenyan culture, it is my impression that young men are not considered to be independent of their parents until around age 25 or later, when they are able to afford their own home and a wife. As I counsel young people, and beginning at about age 13, I teach them a lesson about being an adult. Sooner or later in your own emotional development, you will take your eyes off of your parents and teachers with whom you might be getting into trouble or to whom you are accountable, and you will put your eyes on the road in front of you, whereby you are turning yourself into the adult you choose to be. It is your responsibility, and you are the only one who can do it. The problem is that many young people, when they do get some independence, are not mature enough to handle it. Many leave home and go to college or university, and then they do things that are not good for them. They have been taught by their parents to have character and values, but then they decide instead to have fun, instead of observing those values as if they can do both. An example might be drinking too much alcohol and then going to class the next day impaired, such that they are not able to learn as much as if they went to class with a healthy brain. Did you know that every time you get drunk, you kill off 1 million brain cells, most of which do not regenerate? And you thought drinking too much did not have any immediate consequences or permanent consequences. Another problem of emotional immature college students would be cutting class. Some students think that they can decide not to go to class in order to have fun doing something else, defying, in their sense of independence, the obvious facts that one learns more when he goes to class and that one is in school to learn. I believe young adults should not go to college until they are emotionally mature enough to value their education and how they will use it in their careers. The first lesson of academic success is in the general attitude one brings to it. If you're not in school to learn as much as you can, then you will not learn as much as you can, and in some part of your mind you will feel bad about it. You will feel inadequate, and you will feel guilty to some degree, that you're not honoring the opportunity to become well educated, and you're not honoring the money that is being spent on your education. So let's turn this into a positive. Imagine that you're a college student who procrastinated and forgot to sign up for your electives. And then, at the very last minute, you remember. You go online and find that the only elective left is Archaeology 101. You're really disappointed, thinking that archaeology is about people digging around in the dirt for bones and broken pieces of pottery, and you just have no interest in that. You have a negative attitude about having to take a course in archaeology. And then you remember that Indiana Jones is an archaeologist, and he makes archaeology the most exciting thing in the world. So now you become aware that there are two attitudes that could be brought to a study of archaeology, yours and his. So you decide to try his attitude, to have a positive attitude towards archaeology. You meet the professor who's teaching the course, and you ask him why he made archaeology his life's work. and knowing that thousands of people around the world find archaeology quite interesting, you decide that you want to catch some of that enthusiasm. You determine to read ahead, to sit in front of the class, asking questions and generating discussion. You determine to be the best archaeologist in the class, at least for long enough to make the best grade. Take an Indiana Jones attitude towards every class you take. The positive attitude will help you to learn more and in less time. Dreading class makes it much harder to make a good grade, whereas the positive, engaged, and energetic attitude causes you to learn more and make better grades, and in less time. Determined to be a good student, it is what successful people do.